Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather, and together we are working to connect women in leadership and business, connecting and empowering each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, mind, and soul. And today we are so lucky to have some amazing souls with us sharing the heart and soul of who they are and what they're doing.
And today, you guys have met her before. She is our shipping coordinator extraordinaire, Susan Otten, and she is here today with her beautiful, amazing daughter for an amazing cause. And I can't wait for you guys to meet Susan's beautiful daughter and hear all about this amazing cause and adventure that they have partaken on. So without further ado, Susan, go ahead and introduce yourself and your beautiful daughter.
Okay, well, this is Dr. GretjaOtten. She's a veterinarian, and she arrived last night at about 10:30, something like that, driving back from Denver with her dad from her internship in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, which is just west of Denver. So kind of between Denver and mountains. So what a great place to spend her last year learning more about care of animals and the people that love them.
We love our animals and our people that love them. Our cause of the quarter, last quarter, was the Boogie Bin, and we still love and support them, and they collect gently used and new animal supplies, pet goods, and they sort them and disperse them to other local smaller shelters, wildlife rescues, and things like that. So I fully support what you're doing, and congratulations on being such a becoming a doctor. That is a huge accomplishment.
Oh yes, just finished a 1-year internship, which is like a training that just like human doctors have to go through, and the 1-year period after veterinary school. So next year I'll be taking a job in emergency medicine here in Minneapolis. So happy to come home, start building roots in my community here that I know and love, and start growing as a doctor.
Awesome.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is so cool. So you guys are partaking on a really big adventure. And we're really excited to be supporting this venture coming up next season, which will be around the time you guys are wrapping up this adventure. And I can't wait to hear.
I think they'll be about halfway through.
Yeah.
So we will be really gearing up our support for you that last half of your journey.
We'll need it. Yes.
Yeah. So before we embark on the last half of your journey, why don't you tell us what led you to your journey and what that journey is, because we haven't dropped the bomb yet.
So, and on July 15th, we are going to start through hiking the Appalachian Trail. So that means we are starting a backpacking trip way up north in Maine, and then over the course of the next few months, making our way slowly all the way to the southern terminus of the Appalachian Trail, which is in Georgia. So it's about a 2,194 mile trail. Every day you go up and down in elevation. They say it's like going up and down Mount Everest 16 times. Wow. So yes, always. But our goal is to be home by Christmas of 2022. So that gives us 5 months and 10 days, or about 15 miles a day or so. So we're really excited. We have gone on one backpacking trail before, so to say we are inexperienced is the understatement of the century.
Right?
You've been busy. I know Susan's been doing a lot of training and really trying to figure out. And we talked a little bit about like the height difference between the two of you, and you can really see it as you're sitting here today, like so you have to keep that in mind, that mom has some short legs. Yeah.
So for those listening, just tell us your guys' heights real quick.
I think I'm 5. I think I'm 5'5"
on a good day. And I'm like 11, give or take, with shoes probably pretty close to 6 foot.
Right.
Mhm.
So you have really long legs and can take bigger strides than your mom. And it's just, it's amazing. I would be interested. Are you guys keeping like a pacemaker that keeps track of how many steps?
Yeah, actually, we are part of Charity Miles, and that tracks your steps and your miles.
Perfect.
And so we would probably be able to calculate our total number of steps.
I think it would be really interesting to see
Like how
what
many
the difference
more
is.
steps you have to take than her. Just like
It,
Yeah.
it would be interesting to see.
That'd be
So
great.
this it's over 2,000 miles, right? And for a generalization, it's about 3,000 miles from East Coast to West Coast.
Okay.
So
Oh, yeah.
if you were to drive, I've done it in 4 days, East Coast to West Coast. That is a really long journey. So if you do 2/3 of that, you end up in like Nevada or something, going East Coast to West Coast. And you guys are walking that whole way up and down, up and down. And you have to have a huge why behind
Right.
such a big ambition and such a big dream for this. So tell us more about that.
Right. So the why and really the inspiration is my husband, Greta's dad, who was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2010. So our goal is to raise more than $50,000 for Parkinson's research. We're doing it through the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Team Fox, Greta has done a number of events with Team Fox already. At least one left to go after this one. New York City Marathon is a Team Fox event. And she's done an Ironman for Team Fox. And I don't know, it'd be fun to total up how much you've raised by yourself with Team Fox. Plus Charity Miles, you can also pick your charity, and we both have our set to Team Fox, of course, for Parkinson's research.
of course.
Of course.
Yeah, and it's great. And so does the founder of that organization, Gene Gerkoff. It's one of his personal passions as well. So we're going to do a cool interview with him too on trail. He's in New Jersey, so he's got the spot all picked out between the New York, New Jersey border. And he wants to know when to book the day, what's the interview schedule day. And we don't know yet, how long is it going to take from Maine to New Jersey? We have to figure that out. So, and we don't want to waste a day, sit around and wait for him, for a day or two. So we're gonna have to be a little flexible, and he's great to work with. So it's cool.
That's
Very cool.
exciting.
That is exciting.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
For sure.
So Ron is going to also participate in the effort.
Ron is,
Oh, my husband, Greta's dad, thanks. 2 brains are better than 1. And so he's going to hold down the fort at home, manage our business, keep up with his job,
take care of our dog.
take care of our dog, which is a handful. He's walking her right now, keep her quiet. It is definitely a team effort, a family effort, and as well as our son who lives nearby and his wife. So we're just really blessed to have a whole community that's really supporting us, as well as people that are praying for us, and of course the donations are such a boost when we get those. We're like, we'll text each other, "Ooh, so and so donated, so much," and it's really great. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, we do the little happy dance.
To the happy dance.
It's those little things that just keep you going when things are really, really hard, right?
Yeah.
Which will
Yeah.
happen.
Which will happen. And how have you guys prepared for the hard?
For sure.
The hard.
I think it all goes back to remembering our why, the question that you asked. When times get hard, you have to go back to the people that you know who are supporting you. Now, we've already received just over $5,000 of donations, and we haven't even started yet. So the support that we've already gotten is amazing. We're doing it, like you said, for our dad, my dad, the husband. He was diagnosed in 2010 with Parkinson's disease. So his disease has slowly progressed over the course of 12 years. So it's all going back to our why, remembering why we're doing it for my dad, her husband, who we love very, very much, obviously, and all the support that we have is just incredible. Like she briefly mentioned, I did an Ironman back in 2019 to raise money for the Michael J. Fox Foundation as well. And if you don't know anything about an Ironman, it's a 2.4-mile swim followed by a 112-mile bike and then a quick cool down marathon. So
Cool.
Just a cool down
Just a quick cool
marathon.
down.
yeah, quick and easy. But
It's a 2.5-mile swim.
yes,
I was in the Navy and we had to do quite a bit of swimming at boot camp, right? Because if you fall overboard, you got to swim. And, you know, I can't imagine swimming 2.5 miles.
It's a long.
That is a long way. Plus, you know, then you have the other stuff after that. You know, have a marathon and everything else. You are an amazing, strong woman. You know, both of you are. And to be able to do this for such a great cause with the Fox Foundation. How much do you guys think that you have raised for the Fox Foundation so far?
so for that, my Ironman, that was my first event that I did to raise money for them. I raised $6,575.
Mm-hmm.
And the next event that I did for them, what we'll do for them in 2023 is the New York City Marathon,
Mm-hmm.
and I raised $3,575. So just over $10,000 already. So we're hoping for something even bigger, even more grand, and then up our goal from.
Yeah, let's add some zeros to that, you guys.
Woo, woo.
Yeah.
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 That's so
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna take us a little bit longer than an Ironman
Yeah.
or a marathon, so we
Yeah.
figured.
Yeah, and I heard some good advice recently that if you're having a bad day, don't make the decision to quit on a bad day. Wait, and just defer that decision, and invariably the next day will be better than the bad day. And really, you should make big decisions like that on a good day, where you can really assess everything. So I thought that was really great advice. So
That is really great advice.
That is good. I like that. I always think in business, because when you're building your business, it's really hard and you're working really, really hard that you fire yourself for the night. Like I want to be like, I'm fired for the night. I need a break. Like I'm not allowed to do anything work related, so hunkering down wherever you are and shelter in place and just taking that bit of rest. Because sometimes maybe that's what you need is that rest period. So it gives that perspective.
Yeah, and they say that only about 20% of the through hikers that start the Appalachian Trail actually finish. And most of those hikers are within the first, maybe 20 to 40 miles or so. Like people, it's very common for people to drop out at the beginning and then kind of slowly throughout after that. So we are going to be those 20%. If you have to drag us, if you have to roll us, if it takes us longer,
just kick me down
we're gonna finish.
Yeah. Another little fun fact about the trail, and we're gonna be posting YouTube videos along the trail, and we have a content producer that's worked in the television industry for 35 years, and he's doing what we're calling trail tidbits. And so for each state, there's 14 states. Well, a couple of them we're going to combine because I don't know, there's a couple states where you do like 20 miles or 13 miles or something like that. So we're going to combine. But anyway, it would be like for us to finish in our time allotment, our average has to be 15 miles a day with no 0 days. So 0 days are those rest days that you're talking about. And I don't think, Greta's also in the middle of this going to Pennsylvania from a wedding, and we'll already be past Pennsylvania, so it's not like she can walk there. So I'm gonna be forced to rest for 4 days, and it'll probably be about the middle, a little bit past middle, so that will be okay. It's gonna be weird to just sit around and not do anything.
Yeah. In October, at the end of October, one of my best friends from veterinary school actually is getting married, and I'm going to be in her wedding as that honor. So We have to get off trail. We're forced to for about 4 to 5 days or so, but it's a blessing because we'll need a break by that time anyway. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what a great way to take a break is to enjoy a wedding.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I'm so proud of Greta. She's really aware of her well-being, and her friends are too. And they've made a commitment that this group of friends from veterinary school are going to get together every year as a reunion. And this year they're getting together at the wedding. So it's not just being in the wedding and having all that. She's also going to have her best friends and the whole wide world there with her too. So.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yay!
We get to go on this journey with you. I'm so excited.
Can't wait to have you guys with us.
Yeah.
What an honor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we will be cheering you guys on every step of the way. Absolutely.
Thank
And
you.
Heather's
The other thing-
laughing at her frozen picture.
Like, wow. Thank you. I don't know. The camera's having issues today.
It's not a problem. But one of the things we wanted to ask you guys is with your dad and your husband being the one fighting Parkinson's, and you're doing all this amazing stuff to raise awareness and resources for that. In what other ways has this battle with Parkinson's disease touched your lives? Like, how has it affected you guys?
He's done really, really well with it. I would say probably the first 10 years, you may not have known that he had it. It was first presented with tremors, which are very common for children. He's working with the neurology department at the University of Minnesota, and the head of neurology there is a world-renowned, not only doctor for neurology, but also a researcher. He has led some of the studies for deep brain stimulation for cases where tremors cannot be controlled with medication. So we're really, really, really blessed to have a team like that is so amazingly committed to, managing the symptoms and giving people good quality of life. Which the other part of it is Ron is really active, I would say. He's always out in the yard. I mean, we have a 3.5 acre, very hilly yard, which is one of the ways I'm training, is walking up and down our hills, pushing the lawnmower. We do all our own yard work. It's really important for people with Parkinson's to do physical activity, and also physical activity that involves your brain. So boxing is one thing that's good because it goes across the midline. Dancing is really good because you have to kind of think about the steps so you're not stepping on your partner's toes. So physical activity like boxing and dancing are really good for Parkinson's patients to just manage the symptoms. And, we've done, I think, really, really well. I mean,
Yeah, Dad's been doing really well in the physical aspect for sure. Like she said, he still loves to be active every single day. He has to do something. He's that go, go, go person. But for me, how disease has affected me and our family is more so the mental aspect of it. People talk a lot about the tremors and the physical aspect of Parkinson's, but not so much the mental aspect. It really puts your brain kind of in slow motion a little bit. So he's a little bit more apathetic than he used to be. He's just not as engaging in conversation as he used to be. So me, with recently graduating veterinary school, finishing my internship, some really big life milestones, he hasn't been as congratulatory, forefronting about that and very having conversations about that. So it's a bit tougher to kind of get out of him how he truly is feeling every day and talk about things. So it's been a little bit different in that regard, but overall he's been doing great. His medications are doing a great job managing things, but I would say physical and mental aspect of it are definitely the biggest impacts.
Yeah,
No,
the
it's like-
cognition is definitely starting to be noticed. It's also a symptom that sleep is very disrupted, and that's a challenge. And sleep affects your overall health so much. So that's one thing that I worry about. With his as he continues to progress. So it's something that is a newer symptom. He's an engineer. He's always been kind of the yin to my yang. You know, I'm very outspoken and extroverted, and he's very analytical.
What?
Do you feel like you're a good balance of your mom and dad, the intro and extrovert?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, they are the perfect fit to each other. I always say they're going to make the cutest old couple, but they're already both kind of old. They're already both kind of old.
Aging
My
with grace, right?
They're both 65 years old, so
Yeah.
they're not spring chickens anymore, but a very, very small percentage of the hikers who actually finish the Appalachian Trail are in their 60s.
Mhm.
So when she crosses that finish line,
So this is like a huge goal for you, for people in your age bracket, for women.
Mhm.
I mean, for the fight against Parkinson's, like all the things, right?
Right,
All the
right.
things.
All the
Yeah.
things. And
Yeah, I heard the statistic was about less than 750, is it people over the age of 60 have completed the trail.
ever.
Yeah,
ever.
and you know, and
Mhm.
and more men do it than women, so it's going to be a great feat. And the other thing is that we're not just walking the trail. It's not just a walk in the park. Or there's that funny movie out about it, you know, Walk in the Woods. It's not just a walk in the woods. I mean, we're carrying everything with us on our backs.
Right.
I think at our test hike, they were 35 and 30 pounds, and we were probably a little bit light because we were hiking 3 days, 2 nights, you know, big whoop. And we're not staying in Airbnbs or hotels every night. We, you know, she gets to carry the tent and the electronics bag. So it's, you know, when you're done hiking and, you know, you're done because you're exhausted, you still have to set up the tent, unroll the sleeping bags, make your dinner, figure out where you're going to go to the bathroom, you know, all that stuff. Protect your food from the bears, you know, spray down from, I mean, spray down for mosquitoes, all that stuff. So it's, and, you know, we're trying to be smart about the way we do it. You know, if we, you know, do have to stop and take a shower and do laundry and maybe stay in an Airbnb or a, you know, hostel or something, we'll do it, but it's not our goal to spend a lot of money on that stuff, you know.
Right.
Because by the
Because,
time
you
you
know,
add up go ahead, sorry.
well, the cost of staying at an Airbnb, you can use that money to go toward the research, or you
Yes.
can stay at the Airbnb. And I know you guys, with your hearts, you want as much of that money to go to the Fox Foundation as possible.
Yes, definitely. And we have our YouTube channel, like she briefly mentioned. It's not hard to remember. It's called AT for PD, or Appalachian Trail for Parkinson's Disease. And that's actually what our little buttons here show as well. So that's our logo. And we're going to be sharing our journey hopefully every 2 to 3 days or so.
Uh-huh.
And the way the YouTube algorithm works is if we get over 1,000 subscribers and over 10,000 watch hours, we can actually start making money off of YouTube, and then we can use all of that money to go towards our fundraiser.
Yeah.
So the more people that are involved in our journey, if you can't help with us financially, that's okay.
Oh, there's a bunch of
Whatever.
free ways that people can support you guys.
That's
you
great,
know, sharing
'cause-
the message, sharing the cause.
Share the video with everybody, watch it, add to the hours watched, right? So that's watching the whole video, and YouTube calculates, like, you know, how long does somebody click on the video? You know, there's all the YouTube algorithm stuff. I think I'll do a short or something on that to share that as a way that people can help support you, because that's fabulous. And then I'm subscribing. So going to the YouTube channel and subscribing, which we will put that on our website, and it will be everywhere.
The links
The
will
whole
be
time.
attached to this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be able to find it and click and subscribe and then share. So every time they have a video pop up, share it again, you know, and get more people involved. And the more people we share it with, then the more people they can reach and help. And
Yes.
what a cool way to know that we could help for free by getting that message out to just do that, share it,
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
message out.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah.
Great way to summarize it. Anything you can do.
And one thing that's cool too about the donations, when the money is donated, it goes immediately to research. People don't have to wait for us to finish the trail, for example, or even
the-
start the
Or
trail.
the fundraiser to close or something. like
Yes,
that.
yes,
The second you donate, it goes right away into
Mhm.
Michael J. Fox Foundation.
Yeah.
So they can
Yeah.
use it the second that it is donated, which is
Yeah.
pretty unique.
That's
Michael J.
really
Fox-
cool.
Yeah, they have the Michael J. Fox Foundation has an anonymous donor that has picked up all the administrative fees for like transferring the funds and stuff like that. So as soon as they're donated, they go right away. So it's
That
great.
is amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we even had people reach out and say, you know, hey, this is expensive for you. We could give you the money, you know, to help pay for your expenses and all that stuff. And we're like, no, that's not what it's about. You know, this is our commitment. This is our way to give back. Your way to give back is to support us, encourage us, pray for us, and if you feel moved to donate to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So,
Great.
yeah.
And
So exciting.
I just want to take a second before we wrap up today's show and thank you guys for being empowered women, empowering women,
Oh, yes.
because that is exactly who you are and what you guys are doing every day and taking this journey that few women have succeeded in. And you guys are going to succeed. And I can't wait to hear about all the challenges and
Mosquito bites as we're getting attacked by
know,
mosquitoes.
lessons you guys learn on the trail, because there's there's going to be those
Aha moment.
aha moments, but then this is also what an amazing memory to create together
Yes.
as mother and daughter too.
Yeah. And I have to give credit where credit's due. This was really Greta's idea with her internship done and before she starts her job. So she's deferring her career for, 6 months while we, she has 10 days at home before we take off for the trail. We're going to do another practice hike here in Minnesota. But this was her idea to do this, and she's bound and determined to do it. And I'm like, oh, I'll come along.
So
Oh, come
awesome.
on. I think that is amazing. Greta, you are an amazing woman, and I can't wait to hear about how things go once you're done with your internship and you're, wherever life takes you. I can't wait to see what that brings, because you are extremely dedicated, right? This journey tells a lot about who you are, right?
Right.
Dedicated, hardworking, get her done, powerful,
Resilient.
resilient woman.
Yeah.
And that's just a reflection of your beautiful mom, too, right?
She is me times 1,000. I couldn't do this without her, and we're gonna finish it together one day. Are you crying?
Yes.
Aw.
We're gonna finish this, like you
Yeah.
said, one way or the other. So come along, like, share, donate, tell your
Yeah.
friends,
Yes.
anything to get the word out.
Yeah.
Really.
Yes.
Yes.
If anybody that's listening lives along the trail, will let us use their shower and laundry. You can reach out to us. Comment on. I don't know how to get a hold of us. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Come and cheer you on as you walk by. I don't know.
Yeah, comment on our YouTube videos. We'll try to stay up to date. So you know where we are.
Hold little signs. Go Greta, go Susan.
Yay! Maybe we can all send you little messages back, like cheering you on.
Definitely. Yep. YouTube is the best way to leave us comments and messages. So for sure, leave them there if you need to.
Awesome.
Well, all of the information will be attached to today's podcast. Again, ladies, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we are so blessed by you. On the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast, it is our job as a community of entrepreneurs and women with hearts of gold to be giving back to our communities. Not only do we have amazing causes like the Fox Foundation, but our causes a quarter this quarter is the Tears Foundation. And the Tears Foundation raises money to help support families who have gone through child and infant loss. They raise awareness, and then they also help support women now around the globe. This was started here locally in Washington, but they are now around the globe teaching women how to care for their babies and how to put them to bed and things like that, to help prevent things like SIDS. This is a cause very near and dear to my heart because the Cheers Foundation has helped my family a couple of times with the loss of my child, and then also the loss of my niece, my sister's child. So with, you know, all the wonderful causes around the world, give back where your heart tells you to.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you have your cause and things like that. And we just love this giving heart, this giving nature of women, because, you know, ultimately we are nurturers.
Yeah.
And so go forth and share the love.
And we get to
into the world.
decide.
We get to decide.
Yes. So again, thank you all for joining us on the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast.
We love you all. Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye.